The light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting.
It's coming apart. The Democratic Party is falling apart before our eyes. It has no obvious leader, and they don't know what to do.
Veel democraten wijzen deze man met de vinger, Joe Biden. Hij had zich nooit herverkiesbaar mogen stellen. En dan kwam op 27 juni ook dat vreselijke debat.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
Biden bleef nog bijna een maand langer in de race, tot 21 juli.
And then Biden withdraws in favor of his vice president. And there's no debate. And they do everything they can to prevent there being an open convention. You know, in the past, Americans used to choose their candidates at the convention, and we'd have debates. They'd actually argue at conventions. You'd have more than one opinion being expressed at a convention. It was amazing. Well, they did everything they could to prevent that from happening. It's extraordinary the degree that to which they will go to prevent, a debate within the party. But it's got to happen now. It's got to happen now.
Het moet nu dus gebeuren, zegt democraat en historicus Thomas Frank. Frank zag het min of meer aankomen tijdens de kiescampagne van Kamala Harris.
And we're here for Liz Cheney!
She went around the country with Liz Cheney, arch Republican. She accepted and boasted about the endorsement of Dick Cheney, the architect of the Iraq War. She had billionaires out campaigning for her, just like Donald Trump did. No, she ran a classic losing Democratic campaign of reaching out to Republican voters in the suburbs.
Hard work is good work. Hard work is joyful work.
De democraten zijn al lang de voeling met de arbeiders kwijt. En ze doen in feite weinig of niets om hen terug te winnen, zegt Thomas Frank.
They like being the party of the creative class, of the learning class, of the wealthy suburban people, where we are in Bethesda, Maryland. So it's a wealthy suburb of Washington, D.C. Overwhelmingly Democratic, as are many of the wealthy suburbs in America.
But now they got hit in the face.
Yeah.
Could you say that they lost?
Trump is going to cut their taxes. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's funny. They win either way,
That's very cynical.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's me. Welcome to my life.
In de zomer van 2020 barstte na de moord op George Floyd een revolutie uit voor meer zwarte burgerrechten en meer sociale rechtvaardigheid.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
Maar structurele hervormingen kwamen er niet. Het draaide anders uit.
It became something else. It became this campaign of wokeness, which became a sort of
cancel culture.
Well, cancel culture, but what does that mean? It means highly educated people scolding you and telling you that you're using the wrong words and threatening to get you fired. And people associate that with their bosses. They're deeply afraid of it. They hate it. They think, the idea of language police in America, this is like, you got to understand, that's something that makes Americans furious. Absolutely, and fearful. We despise that kind. So this country is very liberty-minded. I mean, at its core, that's really who we are. And so wokeness really rubbed Americans the wrong way.
Standbeelden gingen neer. Woordenschat werd gezuiverd. Veel aandacht ging naar transgenderpersonen. En de democraten vergaten daardoor hun vroegere kernkiezers, de werkende klasse. En ze duwden hen weg vanwege hun rauwe en ruwe taalgebruik.
The main principle of wokeness is to punish people for not having the right ideas. The main idea of populism is to bring people together, whether they have the right ideas or not. You bring them together and then they learn the right ideas. You don't, just constantly kick people out of your movement. This idea of just like constantly excommunicating people, yeah, that is the worst way to try to build a social movement. It's like, it obviously cannot work.
Is it that the country is going more right-wing as a whole?
That's a good question, because there's a lot of evidence that it's not, actually. If you look at a state like Missouri, so Missouri is now, when I was a kid, Missouri was very Democratic, Harry Truman, but now it's deep red, it's all Republican. And they reelected, all their Republican leadership. But at the same time, they passed a law, initiative or a referendum legalizing abortion. I believe they raised the minimum wage. They did several very progressive things. And what this tells you, this is another one of my sayings that I repeat all the time. People like a lot of liberal measures. They really like them, or they really like the minimum wage, right? They really like Social Security. They really like universal health care. These are very popular ideas. People like a lot of liberal ideas. They fucking hate liberals.
And is it because of their language and they're looking down on them?
Yes, it's the scolding, it's the academic stuff, it's the professional elite.
Het probleem van Amerika en de neergang van de Democraten zit een stuk dieper.
Let's say you're the doctor doing the autopsy.
Yeah,
You're busy doing that, and I'm coming to peep in, and I said, what did you find?
Neoliberalism. We got another case. We got us another case of neoliberalism here. God damn, it's killing them one after another. They're just dropping from it. But listen to me. This is important. Either way, with the learning class Democrats in the future and globalization, or with these angry, bitter Trumpers and mass deportation, either way, you're not getting back to the great society where blue collar and white collar enjoyed equality, and where America had this roaring economy in the 1960s that was, affluence for all, this ideal of universal affluence. That's not coming back.
Why not? Because
neither party wants, neither party is interested in that.
En zo wordt Donald Trump op 20 januari voor de tweede keer president van Amerika.